What is up YouTube, Shadow Viper BTD here, and we are checking out the brand new update 50 in Bloons TD6. As usual, we've got a new set of balance changes, some of them pretty insane this time, but there are two major things in this update. A brand new hero and the return of pro powers. And along with the return of pro powers, we also have the return of your least favorite Bloons YouTuber, so make sure to subscribe for more content. But anyway, that's enough promo for now because this update is looking absolutely fire. Actually, you know what? Considering this is an ice hero, how do I take that back? But yeah, this update was looking cool enough that I decided it was worth coming back for. I hadn't played this game for 3 months, but I loaded it up, and the first thing I noticed was this new letter thing, which instantly crashed my game as soon as I opened it. Yeah, I don't know what Ninja Kiwi has going on here, but I tried it like 5 different times, and it crashed my game every single time. I don't even have any mods on or anything, so what is going on? I get that there's a lot of stuff with this game that's like, oh, it's a feature, it's not a bug, but like, Ninja Kiwi, please fix your game for once.
Nope.
But anyway, that's enough about this glitchy game because we are here to check out Silas, and looking at his upgrade descriptions, he looks absolutely insane. Apparently he attacks with magical ice and the hit balloons are... Hold up, what is he doing to these balloons, bro? I definitely read that wrong. Ninja Kiwi is wild for that one. But all that aside, level 13 looks really interesting because it allows you to get a 4th ice tier 5. I feel like that would be useful in boss events more than anything because imagine having 2 super brittles. But anyway fam, I'm doing way too much yapping and nowhere near enough balloon popping here, so let's hop into a game on Lost Crevice and see just how strong he really is. Alright, so with Monkey Knowledge, we've got enough money to place him down on the first round, so let's just see what he does. So he's got a Seeking Ice projectile, and he slows down the balloons on the first hit, freezes them on the second, and then pops them on the final hit. That's actually pretty cool, no pun intended. And obviously since Silas uses ice-based attacks, I gotta put down some towers that can pop frozen balloons, so a 302 boomerang would probably be good for the start. And obviously since it's just standard hard mode, there was no difficulty whatsoever. Between the boomerang and the slowing effect from Silas, everything just got absolutely destroyed. Once Silas started putting down ice walls, things got a lot easier as the balloons got frozen in the boomerang's range, and I found out that Silas has built-in camo detection, so that's definitely a huge advantage. Also, if I sound tired as hell, it's because I'm currently up at 2 in the morning and I have to go to work in an hour, so that's fun. But anyway guys, once Silas hits level 6, he becomes a lot more powerful because now he can hit balloons in the range of any ice monkey anywhere, so it's basically like advanced intel except just ice monkeys. So unlike most heroes, Silas actually has 3 abilities. He gets a second one at level 7 where it shoots out ice from him and from other ice monkeys. So basically the more ice monkeys you have, the more frozen cascade waves you get. Obviously a lot of other YouTubers have already made videos about this guy, giving him different rankings and stuff. I personally think he's a good ranking hero and he's definitely very focused as a support hero. I don't know why, but Silas kinda reminds me of Oben in a way if you defroze Oben for a decade. It basically seems like the best use case for Silas is to just spam ice monkeys. Like with Oben you just spam druids, and with Striker Jones you just spam bomb towers. It definitely seems like just another one of those support heroes with a spam tower strat. Now obviously the rest of this run was absolutely free, especially once I got the Glade Lord. And unfortunately throughout this entire run, I completely forgot to showcase Silas's level 10 ability even once. I just flat out forgot to use it. And obviously just standard hard mode isn't really enough to showcase a hero's abilities, so let's hop into Chimps mode to see what he can really do. Alright boys, we were here playing Chimps on Resort. Yes, I know this is a super easy map, but it's also one of the best maps for ice monkeys because you can just put a super brittle on that loop in the middle and absolutely destroy everything. So I figured it was a good place to test Silas. Now since he costs over $900 in Chimps mode, you can't place him down immediately, so I decided to put a sub down to save for him since I need it later on for Energizer anyway. And during these early rounds, there really isn't much to do except wait, so while you're here, make sure to use creator code ShadowViperBTD in the Bloons shop. Works in BTD6 and battles too. Use the code, helps me out whenever you buy an item, doesn't cost you anything extra, it's really just a win-win. So the strat for the early game here was pretty simple. Submerge and support into Plutonium Reactor, Cryo Cannon into Icicles, and Silas into Stronger Silas. I'm definitely running out of commentary here. And once I got Plutonium and Icicles, the mid-game was pretty chill. Plutonium Reactor basically deletes everything below a ceramic, and Icicles got majorly buffed against Moabs a couple updates back, and between the two, Silas was able to help out enough to beat everything. In fact, the only thing Silas was unable to beat was the allegations of being on Monkstein's Island, but those files have yet to be released. Surprisingly, this defense was strong enough to save straight into Energizer, which would really help out a lot in the future because now Silas would be leveling up 50% faster. In fact, it's actually more of a bonus than that because at level 8 he gains another perk where he gains more XP for every tier 3 Ice Monkey place, though there's only one here so it's probably not too much of a buff, but should definitely help out. And obviously things were ridiculously easy for probably 15 rounds after I got the Energizer because even though it doesn't have a ton of Moab damage, it can still clean up low level Moabs and BFBs pretty easily with Icicle support. And when we got to round 73, I saw that I had enough money for Icicle Impale, which is what I had been saving for this entire time, but I decided not to buy it because I saw that Silas was at level 12, and with Silas, level 13 is where the magic happens. Because as I mentioned earlier, at level 13, he gains a discount to tier 5 Ice Monkey upgrades plus the ability to place down another Ice tier 5. But how much is the discount exactly? Well, once he hit level 13 and I checked the price of the Icicle Impale, I saw that it had been dropped from $32,000 down all the way to $24,000. Doing some quick math, that's a 25% discount. Which if you consider that you can now have 4 tier 5 Ice Monkeys, you can probably end up saving over $20,000 in Chimps mode just with this buff. And considering just how strong Ice Monkeys can be in Chimps and every other game mode, this could potentially make Silas one of the best heroes in the game, but I'll get more into that in probably the next video. Now obviously this defense isn't going to solo Chimps, so I had to buy another tower, and probably not surprisingly at all, I got another Ice Monkey. I mean, come on, he's a support hero for Ice Monkeys, what did you expect? I decided to go for the Super Brittle since the Silas buff made it significantly cheaper, plus it would go well with the Energizer. And unfortunately, I might have set up this defense a little too well because I barely had to use Silas's abilities at all just to survive. To be fair, the Icicle Impale was basically taking care of all the mobs, so that was kind of a given. And after getting Super Brittle, I decided to get a Sentry Champion next to pair with it because the amount of projectiles launched from all the sentries do insane damage with the +5 from Super Brittle. This was definitely a complete overkill defense for Resort Chimps, but I really enjoyed it. Now before I end the video, I just wanted to say a few things about the update. First off, the pro powers look absolutely insane, and since I have a ton of monkey money, I think I'm gonna level them up completely, and if this video gets 50 likes, I'm gonna do a full showcase video of the pro powers. Because let's be honest, the Pro Farmer and Pro Beacon look absolutely insane and I cannot wait to test them out. And obviously, I'm going to go for more black borders. I might do some guides for advanced maps on Chimps, but to be honest, I haven't really seriously played this game in like 6 months, so I definitely need to relearn the meta. But guys, there's one last thing I really wanted to say, and that is that I'm sorry. I know I said many times that I would try to get on a more consistent upload schedule, but honestly, that just wasn't possible because I was working 70-hour weeks at one point and I just didn't have time for content creation or even any gaming at all. But now that I've pretty much got that sorted out, I'm hoping for uploads every week. It might end up being every other week, but I should definitely be a lot more consistent with the uploads. And as always guys, if you have video ideas, make sure to drop them in the comments. Best ones will probably end up in a future video. Anyway guys, back to the gameplay. Silas easily beat Chimps with this setup, but I'm not even surprised. I feel like this setup could have won even without a hero, but I'll definitely be testing Silas more to see just how meta he really is. But anyway guys, if you want to see more content, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I know I haven't made content in a while, so I'm kinda rusty. This definitely isn't my best work, but I'm getting back into it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.